Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Gina once again. I am continuing my process of using up my printed papers and papers that I did some mark making on. This is number 54 and 55. I'm starting off as usual with watercolor paper. I just put down some matte medium. It's very liquidy. It's not in a jar, it's in a bottle. I decided to try it today instead of the mud podge because I was thinking it'll be less messy and less sticky, just an easier process. I misaveraged, as you could see, and I put way too much down on the card, but that's okay. I'm using watercolor paper and I'm just using an old credit card just to smear it all over the page so that I could get my papers stuck down. These papers are from an old book that I found. It's an accounting book that I just have no interest in whatsoever. The pages are nice and thin. It reminds me of newsprint. That's how thin it is. It's lovely. So I'm just putting those down just as a base and to get my mind clicking, because sometimes when I sit at the table I really have no clue what to do. But today I didn't have any specific color in mind. I just wanted to start with basic collage, and I saw the book when I was looking for something else. You know how that goes. And I thought, hey, let me use these papers. They're really thin and nice, and yeah. So that's what happened. So I'm getting these papers stuck down and trying to activate my my creative juices. Trying to get it clicking. Snap, snap. So while I was digging around looking for different items and materials, when I found this paper, I also discovered this. Ta-da! It was actually in my stencil folder. I found some scraps of paper that I kept to use because, we just collect paper, right? So I just had a bunch of these. I sectioned them off and I put them in bunches of paper clips. So I just pulled out one of the paper clips. And I had this and I thought, hey, let me use this today to get some texture and, just some raised parts on my cards. So what they really are is when I doing projects in work or at home and I stick my image onto a piece of cardstock, this is the excess from it. So some of them actually have the piece of paper still stuck to it. So that's what I'm peeling off, just that excess piece of paper. And then I'm sticking the card down. And I don't care if it's white because I'm going to add color to my card after, so it's going to get color on them. I suppose if I wanted even more texture, more variation, I could have, written something on the cards or even scratched. Ooh, I'm getting some ideas. Even scratched something on them so that, I'll get some nice indentation. Ooh, I'm so excited. Am I going to remember this? I don't know. So anyway, I'm just sticking them around all over because I am going to cut this in half. So I'm trying to remember that while I put these down because I want these raised parts on both of my cards. So while I was digging up, I remembered I'm using some ink here, some India ink. That's what I put on my plastic. That I actually have these silicone stamps. I have never ever used them. I actually only bought it because of the script. But there are about 6 house or building stamps on them that I really wasn't interested in at all. So I thought maybe I could put some marks down. I know it's gonna get covered up with paint, but I was hoping that parts of them would still remain, they would still be seen. So I'm just stamping them. As you can see, it's a very messy stamp that I did, but I just thought maybe let's add, let me try something different. I've seen people do it. I wanted to try it. Yeah, so that's what I did. And now I'm putting my paints down. Today is no specific color. It's just colors that I like, colors that that feel good to me at this time. So I'm putting this down and I am using my hands because it just feels good and I want to connect with my papers. It just feels really good sometimes just to use your hands and just get in there. I know some people hate to feel stuff on their hands, the squishiness or, the moistness, I don't know. But I like it. I love to see my hands dirty. With paint. Yeah. With any, with work that I'm doing, yeah. I don't mind the look of it. Afterwards, I try my best to clean it up, but during, I really don't mind. I found a little bubble here, so I was trying to, I know usually you could cut it and add the glue and stick it down, but I thought, let me try something different and just peel it up, and it will also give the surface a little more texture as well. So I'm just cutting and peeling away some of it, and if it's too much, because remember this is already layered, then I'll just add some glue and stick it down. So for example, this area here was quite thick and I thought I would just probably rip a hole in the card. So instead of continuing to rip it up, I just added some glue and stuck it down. Now it's time to get some of my prints down because I was like, Gina, this is using your prints, so you have to use your prints. So I am using tissue paper, so it hopefully is going to blend nicely onto the card, and you'll still see all the prints and the colors below after I get them stuck down. These prints are from when I used my jelly plate. I think I used either a sharpener. You know how some sharpeners, they have the container to catch the shavings one time, so it's probably the container, or it's could be a piece of wood. MDF that was left over. It could be that as well. Or it could be one of my daughter's building blocks. Yeah. That obviously she doesn't use anymore. But she refuses to allow me to give it away. They are pretty cool, so it's hard for me to give it to. I think when I decide to give it away, then it'll be gone. So I should say I haven't decided to give it away as yet. It's not really her. It's all me. So I'm trying my best to get this stuck down, and I'm trying to remember that I'm going to cut it. So I'm trying not to do too much. But at the same time, I want to put enough stuff down so when I cut it, I don't have too much more to add. Because remember, I am trying to keep this process simple and quick, and it has not been quick. So, let's see how this one goes. Alright, so that's dry. While digging up, I found these reinforcers. Yay! So I thought how cool that would be to add some even more texture on it. And I'm just sticking them down as best I can. It actually proved to be very problematic. I didn't realize it would be so hard to stick down because my fingers were really sticky. So they kept sticking to my hand and then keep moving around, and I just thought once I put them down, they'll just stick. And if I need to reposition, I could just slide it, but no. The things you think when you're doing stuff when you're creating. Yeah, see, it just keep moving and keep sticking on my hand, and then when you want it to move, it's not moving. It was very interesting. Ta-da! See, the reinforcers are still moving around. Since I folded them in half, just kind of folded over and stuck to each other. It's so weird. It's very annoying. I ended up using Podge to stick them down. Alright, and now it's time to individualize the cards. So I have my colors on my sheet there, so I'm just going to apply them. I'm using a makeup sponge and I'm just adding color all over like I used to. I miss doing this. And then I found the yellow was too intense, so I'm just trying to tone it down, push it back a bit, but still have it there, you know? The thing is, I liked this card. I like the colors of this card, the pink and the tan, neutral tan kind of finish. And the hint of the blue. Yeah, I really love the colors of this card. So I'm trying to keep it going, trying to intensify it, but I still want to see my background. I still want to see my papers that I stuck down. So I'm trying to add color while still keeping the background visible. So while that one is off to the side drying, I brought back in my yellow card and I'm using some more of my prints because I thought, Gina, that wasn't enough. You need to use more, especially since you're trying to use them up so that you could make more, make different ones. So I'm trying to decide how I want to use this, where I want to use this. And I thought, let's do some circles. Just cut out some really small pieces and get them stuck down. That way they'll be visible, but they won't overpower the card. I was thinking the small ones are really cute, but I wanted different sizes. So I have my perfect circle, quote unquote, and then I have my just random kind of ovalish shape circle that I cut freehand. So I'm just going to fiddle around and try to reposition these on my card to see where they could fit, if I like it, and how I'm going to use them. And I kind of like those. And now I'm sticking down the pieces that I just cut off, the ends that I just cut off. I'm actually going to just put them back on the card. I'm just jamming them up by the raised pieces that I had put down previously, the cardstock. Yeah, just jammed it up against those. Because why not? It's a straight edge. That's why I did it. So again, I'm cutting off my excess. I like it. It's good enough. And now to highlight those strips that I put down. I was kind of sorry it only had 2 pieces, but that's okay. So I use my Stabilo oil pencil. I'm just activating it with water just to help see it, so you could actually see it, which is what I wanted. And I didn't find that was enough, so I put a line over the top as well, just so you could see it even more. So it could pop and look like it's raised even more than it is. It's amazing the illusions you could make. So I have a China marker, which I recently purchased, and I love it. It really does work. It writes over it. Look how it's amazing. Because there's the glue. Oh, this is the image that I decided to try. I think this is the first time I'm trying this. It feels like it, so I'm gonna say it is. If I'm wrong, you can correct me. But I just loved his face. I cut it out of a magazine and I'm going to use him. He's just so sexy. Look at him. Wow. And I thought the colors went well. The yellow and the tan. The blue not so much, but blue goes with yellow and blue goes with tan, so yeah. But I really liked it. I just thought it was fantastic. So I'm just gonna get this stuck down, but I'm not putting it exactly on the edge because I want to darken the edge of that edge on the right where he ends, where he comes off of the card. So I'm just cutting off the excess there. Isn't he just, and I'm wiping off excess glue because glue just went everywhere. It's actually the Mod Podge. Look at him, he's beautiful. And then we had some ending up on his face, so I'm just wiping him off and pressing him in at the same time. What do you call it? Burnishing. So I'm using the China marker to add that black on the edge that I told you all about. I just felt that it would look better than just having him fall off the page. Look at that. It's awesome. And I know people do this all the time. They take magazine images, they take different images and make them into one image. You know, I've always seen it. Here, I'm just measuring where his whiskers and you know, facial hair is supposed to go, because I'm going to try my best to put it back in. Because I really didn't want to cut it out individually. It would not have made sense. So I'm just trying my best to draw it in with what I have. I have the white. And I'm using my Posca marker to do that. Yeah, so I know people normally do that. They put in, you know, those images and they blend it in and make it look like it was never a magazine page. I find that so cool. And then some, they just leave it as is. They create their background and stick that on, and you know, that's the new thing that they made. And then there are some people who would create a whole new image. They'll do half man, half animal, or an object and a person. You know, very interesting stuff. So I thought I wanted to try this time, and I loved it. Loved it so much. Again, I found it when I was digging up, because I cut it out previously. I just never used it. So cool! I really like it. So I'm just trying my best to put in his whiskers. So I found a brown marker, and then, damn, look at that! You see, I hated it one time and I tried to rub it off, but it wasn't going anywhere. Oh my goodness, I was like, no, what did I do? And then I thought, well, we might as well try and put some black in there then. Just try and use the, you know, just a very light touch. So I'm trying to do that, and then I tried to erase it, and so I ended up just putting in a couple and then trying to erase it so we wouldn't see it as much. But I figured it kind of spread instead and showed up even more. But what are you gonna do? So now I'm trying to blend it in, trying to blend him in more to the page so he looks like he's more a part of it. And now I'm going to go in with my Stabilo All pencil around him to try and give him just a little shadow. Then I thought I wanted him to stand out more and for there to be more brightness on the card. So just in that corner there, I am just adding some more white to push everything back. But I didn't want it to be too white. I wanted to have color, but I wanted it to show like if there was light in that corner. And I just added in the white and then I rubbed it off or rubbed it in, I don't know. Now I'm just putting the black marker on the edge to give it a nice little frame, touching up those areas on the edge there where I missed with the China marker. And I think that's it for that one. Now for this one, my pink, nice, cute little card, I just find it so cute. I found these shoes in a magazine and then I found her and I thought, hey, this could be cool. You know, it just could be about somebody who likes shoes and they're just happy. I was actually thinking about my sister. Yeah, I have a really fancy one, sort of. And then I have one that's really cute but she's still girly in her own right. Girly, but not at the same time. I know, some strange descriptions. So I was thinking about, they both love shoes. But the other one, the fancy one, yeah. So when I saw these shoes, I thought about her, the fancy one. And I actually think I might give her this card. Don't know what I'll put behind it yet, but Mother's Day is coming up, so could think about that. But yeah, she made me think about this card and, you know, just having fun, and she loves shoes. So I decided I would use her. Again, I'm not accustomed using these people from magazines and stuff. And I just decided to keep it simple. I'm using my China marker here to outline the reinforcers that I put down. It writes so easily on this surface. It's amazing. If you don't have one yet, I encourage you to get one. If you need it, only if you know you're going to use it. So I'm going to cut these shoes out. I know they're gigantic compared to her, but I just thought it was so cool. Why not? Art is, you know, everything doesn't have to be in proportion. Who says so? Who says it has to be? So I'm just fiddling around as usual, trying to position these, trying to figure out where to put them before I get them stuck down. So right about here, I was kind of fed up and I just thought, Gina, just stick it down. You'll figure it out after. Just stick it down and get it done, because I kept moving this around a long time. So I'm gonna get it stuck down. Still not sure about the one on top, but that's okay. I just needed to start getting it stuck. Even though I was still undecided as to where to put the shoes, I thought, Gina, just stick it down. So I pulled her up and I'm going to get her stuck, and that's going to give me some incentive to get the other set of shoes down. So now, even though I painted on the Mod Podge over her, I'm trying to wipe it off. But at the same time, I'm pressing her into the card so that she sticks. And, you know, there are no bubbles and nothing that is unstuck. So in the meantime, I'm using the China marker to add some ground to her so she's not just floating in the sky, and as well to the shoes. What I didn't know was that the China marker is not water soluble. Maybe I knew it before, but I didn't remember. So I'm just adding some Stabilo oil pencil in some places and activating that with water. in between the China marker. I kind of liked how it looked after, you know, the effect of it. It was cool. It really looked like they were actually resting on the ground, or, you know, I thought that was pretty cool. Art is amazing, the things you can do. And then I like those lines in between with the China marker. That is very cool. So I liked how she looked. Nice. I kind of forgot about the other set of shoes. They set with the 3, which is right on top there. And I just kept forging on. So now I am giving her a little highlight. Why I decided on white instead of black? Because I just wanted to do something different. So I'm just outlining her with white acrylic paint in the marker, in the form of a marker. I think too because she looked like she's having so much fun, and fun is bright and happy, so I didn't use the black. Do you all know? So you all know my daughter doesn't sit with me while I'm doing these. Sometimes she might pop in a couple times to harass me about something that she doesn't need to harass me about. But this time she didn't. She wasn't there when I was doing these. So I showed her the picture on my phone after. Sometimes randomly I'll be like, hey, you want to see what I did? You want to see what I made? And she'll go, yeah. You know, this kind of way, like, not really, but okay. But I don't care, I still show her. So when I pull up this picture, this particular card, she screwed up her face. I know I probably shouldn't be saying this, and I probably should feel ashamed, but I don't, because I like the card. And she was like, you know, that skin up face. And I was just like, what is wrong with you? She's like, no, I just didn't expect that now. Now, I know it's not my usual creation, but I was just like, what is wrong with you? Why would you do that? But anyway, so she skinned up her face. And then I showed her the other one with it's a tiger, right? Leopard? Oh my goodness, I can't remember my animals. I showed her the other one with the animal, and she's like, ooh, I like that one. I like that one better. I was like, okay, honey, thanks. I said, I like it too. I like it very, very much. Didn't bother me because I like both of them. But yeah, that was interesting. So here with this one, I decided to try adding some words. Because she just, as I tell you, she looked like she was having so much fun, and I just wanted to send a message of just enjoy life. You know, just enjoy something in every day. Enjoy every day. Something. There must be something in your day that you enjoy. So, I just thought, enjoy life. It's a reminder for me to just enjoy something in every day and try and do some little thing that you never did or you're not accustomed doing. Something fun, something good, something simple. It could be resting, anything. So I think I need to fix the E and enjoy because it looks like a C. But other than that, I like it. What do you think of these two cards? They're different, right? Anyways, before this ends, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and don't forget to leave your comments. I look forward to them. Bye!